Good afternoon, everyone. We have a quorum, and so let's call the meeting to order. First up, we need a motion for the approval of April's minutes. Do I have a second?
Gotta be somebody from the gallery.
Yeah,
Gotta be somebody up there.
Second.
thank you. All right, we'll start with briefings, update on conservation and maintenance. Lynn and Guy? Oh, I'm sorry. Glossed right over the vote. Are there any nays? All that say yes? All in favor? Okay. Motion is passed.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
and just so you know, for future reference on votes like this, Robert's Rules of Order, you can just say if there's no dissent, then it passes unanimously, so that you don't have to go through the whole voting back and forth if you don't want to.
All right, let's move forward through the conservation and project updates. These are actually pretty fun. I'm gonna hand it to Guy.
It's bolded. May 29th is our dedication for George Tobolowski's Always in Gear. Should be fun.
10 a.m.
Oh yeah, sorry, 10 a.m. The announcement should be coming out pretty soon, as well as the flyer for it. So the save the date flyer. Well, it's not a save the date, it's the dedication flyer. So you should be seeing those pretty soon. I guess I can take this one too. Although I won't be in town for this one. This one is scheduled for June 12th. This is For Chromatic Gates by Herbert Bayer. We just got some news today. They're painting the second coat of painting on the sculptures. So definitely be ready in time. This is over at Glencoe Park, and this one is at 10 a.m. as well.
Which part again?
Glencoe.
So it's at the corner of Glencoe and Martell.
Some camp there. Okay, all right.
And this one, this is a relocation, the University Crossing Pit, I'm chiming in, has paid for the conservation and all the improvements around the site. But we're super excited about this having a home still in Council District 14. It moved from the old Arco building, if y'all remember Atlantic Ridgefield and Energy Square, and we wanted to find a good home for it. And you may remember Herbert Bayer was a Bauhaus trained architect and artist who was instrumental in creating the, I think, 30,000 piece collection of art for Arco, because he, after his studies in Europe, had settled in a tiny sleeping tiny ski village called Aspen. And there he met the president, who would become the president of Arco. So there's a part of the Aspen Institute actually is dedicated to Herbert Bayer. So just a little bit of, background for this. We're really happy about it.
Krista, do you have a question?
What time is this dedication at 10 a.m. as well?
Correct.
Thank you.
That is correct.
Thank you.
And we're working on the dedication flyer right now. We should have that one available pretty soon too.
The date on that, Guy?
June 12th.
June 12th.
And I really want this to work. Can you make the video work? Yes. So you might remember our discussion about the spirit of Centennial and the mural being conserved earlier this year on the women's building. We actually have documentation. It's really short. We, often just give you the barest minimum in our slides, but this is really a celebration of the work that's done in the conservation arm of our unit. And I'm going to keep talking until we might be able to see this video. And just remember, she is beautiful. She was created for the Texas Centennial. She is the spirit of the Centennial. She faces full west. She is made of plaster. The mural, yay, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna stop talking. Okay. Can y'all hear it? Thumbs up?
This sculpture was part of the 1936 Texas Centennial Exposition that was held here at Fair Park. It's here in front of the Women's Building. Originally, it was the Coliseum building, built in 1910, and it became the Hall of Administration during the Centennial. The sculpture is constructed of a pretty fragile material for an outdoor installation. It's gypsum or plaster of Paris on a wood and mild steel armature.
First, we cleaned the sculpture. Now we are assessing all of the cracks and the chips, removing any unstable material, old repairs, stabilizing any loose pieces, which Nikki is doing upstairs. Once all of that is done, we'll be painting.
Some of these cracks really have to do with the weathering, the exposure here facing due south, and movement of the armature within the sculpture. So we're going back with plaster of Paris, acrylic resin dissolved in acetone to do these fills, and infilling with compatible materials to the original gypsum. After we fill all of these cracks, we'll kind of sand this down to where we have a nice even surface, and then she's going to get another coat of paint that's the same as the original color. So she'll be bright and shiny and new, not new. She'll be conserved, but still have, her original appearance, original color, and hopefully the treatments will last another 25 years.
Figuring out what was here before and kind of outlining it, it'll really make it much more visible from street level. At first, things don't make sense at all, and then you just follow the lines and you can slowly figure it out. It's so fun. It's all about finding what was once there and bringing it out. I don't want to do anything different from what was originally done. I'm just trying to highlight what the artist did and not put any kind of interpretation on it. So it's really very minimal what we're doing. We're bringing out what was originally there, not overpainting.
So good.
Thank you.
So, so the question from Commissioner Meek is why the material choice of a plaster sculpture in front of this building, and correction, not full west, full south. I don't think so. The rest of the Jose sculptures on the campus are made out of cast concrete.
Yes.
And I will have to look at the timeline. I think they ran out of time. Most of the artwork and the buildings were completed in 9 months. And so getting that surface decoration up, and I actually love her so much. So we'll do a little
And I
research
would
about her.
imagine too, that since these buildings technically were not supposed to be permanent,
Well,
that they maybe just didn't even think to make it something that was permanent.
But that's not, some of the buildings were meant to stand. So all the buildings on the Esplanade were considered permanent.
But the
So
Women's Museum is a whole different structure.
underneath, but yes, it was meant to last. It was considered to be a permanent building. Like, I'm sad that the typewriter building is gone, like some of those other temporary buildings, but that's one of those stories that gets told, why, but many of the buildings that we thought were supposed to be temporary were actually meant to be permanent. But I will point out one more thing, and we will do the research to see why this material, but she was supposed to be, in the artist's imagination, our birth of Venus, bringing to us beauty. And instead of it being, on a shell, she's supposed to be on the symbol of Texas, but the cactus actually doesn't grow in Texas. So
Krista, do you have a question?
No,
Hassani?
I think that's from my hand from before, sorry.
Yes, I love this. She's a lovely young lass again. I love restoration projects, especially when they're locally significant. My question is, are we having a rededication ceremony for this piece?
I thought that Convention Event Services was going to do something for this, but I don't know.
Okay.
That would be great.
But we could.
I would, yeah. So if we're not, or if not, I would love to have a rededication ceremony because everyone loves Fair Park is always a hot topic in the city of Dallas, and to demonstrate something this kind of restoration in this climate, with everything else that's going on, I think it is powerful, for the pack to do that. And my second thing is I see the videos and the movies are on Venmo. Are these available? Are the videos basically available for the public? 'Cause-
Yeah, it's on Vimeo and it's anybody can access this video.
Okay, could you send me the link
Sure.
to this video because
Absolutely.
I want to show off our lovely lady here.
So I actually just gathered all of the videos that are created for Fair Park campus, because we had a tour of the Addingham Trust last week go through Fair Park. So if you may have asked for one, but we can send you like 15. That's about the majority of them are done by Mark Birnbaum, who was commissioned by Phoenix One when we were doing the Hall of State. But we would love to share them. You don't have to watch them all.
Okay, I'll probably will just because I'm interested, and you can send them all to me because especially if we're going to do a rededication ceremony, I'm going to use those videos in order to promote that ceremony because I think it's something worth promoting. So,
I believe
that's
they
all.
were trying to do an open house for T-ball with their building, as long as so I think we'll circle back with Convention Event Services and find out if there's still something in the plan. But if not, then we can certainly take over and just do our own little.
Okay. Please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassani. Update on public art projects.
Okay, this is what I just mentioned. So the Addingham Trust and the Friends of Addingham are a British conservation group that specifically, they've never been to Dallas and specifically wanted to come to see Fair Park. So it was on their list. We were honored to give them a tour last Thursday. And you can see a couple of pictures that were taken by Guy during the tour. And, we have a lot of thanks. We thank the folks at Fair Park, the park folks. And then we were able to use a tram from the state fair. So we were able to get 21 people shepherded around, then during potentially torrential wet weather. So we're happy to show off this beautiful gem and Council District 7. Now
Okay, next project. Who's up? Is that,
let's go to the next slide.
next slide, please? Rema?
Yes, so this is our Westmoreland Skate Park. I have a meeting tomorrow, and I think Lynn is coming along for our field trip with the parks liaison to this project so that we can visit with him, see where construction is for this project, and maybe help identify an artwork location for the public art component at Westmoreland. We are in the process of developing the community engagement plan, which of course includes an in-person community meeting, a virtual community meeting opportunity, of course, office hours on site. Haven't quite figured out where office hours will be, given that we may be out there in the summer. And we all know how roasty it gets. So we'll start working on that now. And so I'll have those dates as soon as I have our plan in place. Thank you. Also me. Harry Stone. We are having artist selection on May 7th. That is on Thursday. So we have our short list of artists presenting their site-specific proposals to the selection panel on Thursday morning. And we are excited to see what our short list will have for Harry Stone and who the finalists for that project will be. We start at 9. I think the invitation should have gone out. I think it starts at 9, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Sorry, even though I'm actually actively working on preparing for the panel, I can't remember what time it starts.
So Sabine is actually on site with construction. We are wrapping up. We've dedicated this piece. It's being accessioned into the collection. And I believe it's going to, I think the team's working on nominating it for a CODA award. It's nominated for the CODA award at this point. So, keep knock on wood. Let's see if we get a lovely recognition for this. Okay, next slide.
So next is Reverchon Park. We met with the selection panel to create a short list of 3 artists on the 24th of April. The 3 artists have accepted the invitation to create design proposals, and we'll probably meet later in July, end of month, to listen to them and present to the selection panel their proposals.
Thank you. Next slide.
Thank you.
Roland Parish Park. We are also in community engagement plan development for this location. We are planning to collaborate with Chair Small, who is our project liaison to this project, on how ideally to identify key stakeholders in the community as we start to plan out what our engagement out at Roland Parish will be. We're doing also some background, some research on the project. I know that, and if we go one more, I went out there to conduct a site visit and see that construction is well underway. According to my parks liaison on this project, Laura Johnson, they anticipate the construction will be completed November of 2026. So this fall will also part of that kind of research and collaboration with parks will be to identify the art location for this project and to have kind of proposed site as we go into community engagement for this project.
Next slide.
Next is Pueblo. We're doing community engagement. Most probably all the engagement for this project is going to be in person. There's a lot of interest from the community, especially from La Bajada Neighborhood Community Association. If you go to the next slide, Adriana, thank you. You can see that we were present at the Easter event. Guy took that picture of the bunny doing his thing and then participating with our dot activity. I just attended and had a table during the what's it called, the West Pavilion opening something at the Bataan Center that is reopening at the end of this year if you're interested. And there are so many opportunities that they have offered to us to interact with them. Some of them are going to be in-person activities at the Bataan Center itself, and also some interviews with people that have been in this neighborhood since the 1940s. So it's a really interesting project. I think the next slide, maybe not. Yeah, I just took pictures of the recent work that parks have finished, updating the fencing of the park. They also relocated light poles, but I believe they're going to be doing more updates. So I'm going to meet with Parks Friends. It's a large crew. We're meeting there, I think, May 20th to know what else are they planning for the park. And yeah, so it's a continuing engagement until end of August.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Next slide.
So Trinity Strand, oh, sorry about this. We are working on the contract for this, we're working with, the Inspire Art Friends Group to also, kind of create what that agreement looks like with the, artist. And working on, with Park Department, who has apparently already built the bridge. So the site is well underway and being developed. And we look forward to coordinating with them on how to get the art in place in sync with that construction. I think the next slide.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah.
Grandma?
Tipton Park is installed at long last, and we are delighted, and I am delighted to report that the community has embraced it. It has done exactly what we hoped it would do. I visited the park multiple times after installation and dedication and have run into neighbors walking the trail, and everyone always stops me and asks me, what is this? And is this artwork and this? And I'll kind of sneak in a little, oh yes, we are Dallas Public Art, and this is the art, and it was done by Peyton. So I give them my little spiel, but the community seems to really have embraced it. They're delighted that that their trail is activated. It's very colorful. It's welcoming. It is a perfect example of what public art can do to a location. So right now we're just closing out the project at this point. We also, I think if we go to the next slide, Adriana, we'll have some images of our installation last month on April 7th. So you'll see there the offloading of our beautiful bird and hand sculpture and installation by Cadigan Tate. Next slide, we'll have our dedication event. This one was a whirlwind. Peyton had availability at the end of that same week, and so we scrambled to make sure that we could have the dedication that same week, which I don't recommend. But it was very successful. Peyton was delighted. The community was delighted. And so we're just really happy that this is installed and now just working on last items as we complete and accession this piece into our permanent collection.
Thank you. Next slide. Adriana?
Yeah, so Agave Shade Bench is a sculpture that is going to be installed later this year. The lead artist, Carol May, is working on the fabrication. We can look at the next slide, please, Adriana. These are the engineering drawings that were reviewed and approved by our department and also by the Parks Department. It includes also the concrete plat that is going to be supporting the piece. The next one I think is fabrication update. So they're working currently on the flower portion on the top of the piece, and that ring is like the structure for the bench. Thank you.
Thank you. Next slide. Lynn?
Okay, so Singing Hills, it's more fun to look at the next slide. Or really the next slide after that. So you can see, clearly in fabrication, Sabine is actually at Singing Hills today. They're pouring the foundation for this piece. So she's been vigilantly engaged in that pour for the last 2 days. So here you can see the external structure of that grid. Next slide. I think this may be it. Yep.
Hold on, I was going to ask you, the anticipated completion of that project is when?
In this fall, like I would say late fall, early winter this
Nope.
year.
And is that the first one that will have been completed that's made of a glass type material?
So kind of. I mean, I think there's probably something at left field that are actually laminated glass.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So, so this one is more of a polymer. So it's not,
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
said, glass
Yeah.
like, yeah.
and then there are also on Lamar Street, there's that stained glass piece by Pascal Pryor.
Yes.
So we have some, this is, I would say with the whatever sales, that is new for us. And so, having that solar quality to it, that greener moment is new.
Thank you. Next slide.
So this is also Sabine. You probably haven't seen Council District 9 much. This is a project that we are really looking forward to. Because Council District 9 hasn't had a new piece of art in the public art program in quite some time. This location, though, is barely 9. It's at the edge of LBJ and Ferguson Road, kind of where Garland, Mesquite, and Dallas intersect. So community engagement will be held at the park and held at the rec center. Sabine has already reached out to the Friends of Cotillion Park to do interviews and discussions with them. And if we go to the next slide, there may be some images. Oh, and the survey is open. So, please distribute the short survey to anyone who might be interested in this art location. Let's see what else. And that's just our timeline.
Thank you. Next slide. Adriana.
So for Willie B. Johnson, the artist presented to you guys, and then it was recommended and approved by ACAC. And I'm working currently on documents to start contracting with the artist. I think the next slide is the image. So yeah, to remind you that Urban Rock Design from California was selected as a finalist.
Thank you. Next slide. Lynn.
Yep. So this artist is well into fabrication. His heart wanted to have something installed for the World Cup, and I think he just might do it. So if we go to the next slide, you can see what that images looks like. I believe there's images of the fabrication in the following slide. So you can see he is moving right along, ready to get this shipped over, finished fabricating and shipped over. So I think yes. It might be mid-June. I think I was trying to figure out. So Commissioner Meek just asked if he'd be ready by June. I do believe that he'll be sometime in June, this will be installed. We're trying to figure out if having a July dedication is really that good of an idea.
Yeah.
So
Next slide.
I think the next one is Forest Aldelia. So
Adriana.
I'm also starting community engagement. I've communicated with the president of the PID for this project, and we have several invitations. They are a very active group. So they have events every week and every weekend. So I'm going to be attending 2 of their weekend events with several groups from the community. We were also invited to present at their managers meeting. I think everything's starting next month, and I have an event this month as well. So yeah, it's going to be another one with a lot of interest.
Thank you. Next slide. Adriana.
Campbell Green. So with Campbell Green, I'm going to meet with my new liaison from the department to learn about any new timelines from the renovation plans. We know that they will start this summer, but I just want to get an update from them to know if there's anything that I need to add to my RFQ, because I would like to actually launch it pretty soon. So
Thank you.
thank
Next slide. Lynn.
So thank you. So, this is an exciting project because we've got a mid-mod building with an active friends group, and we're using a slightly different process for selecting the artist. The selection panel has been reviewing the 162 entries with the goal that the artists will actually work with the architects. We've identified 4 locations, and the architects are ready to, help us work through that selection panel to get an artist who wants to embed themselves at least for 2 meetings with the architect. You can see the Friends of the Library have also added $16,000 to the budget. And there may be a next slide to show that this enthusiastic group of friends has also created a website where they are actively raising money in addition to this $16,000. Yeah, so
Wow.
there may be another slide after this one. No,
No.
okay.
Question.
Yeah.
So is the expanded amount been announced, or are you waiting to see what they're gonna raise beyond the 16,000 to talk about what this price, what the budget for this will be?
So we have added, so in the call for artists, the supplemental information will be given to the artist as we move forward in anticipation to additional funding being raised. So in other words, no, not yet. We had great submissions for the amount so far. And if the budget increases, we'll just add that to the selection panel's list of criteria and add it to the artist's information.
Thank you. Next slide. Oh, Lynn.
It's hard to be someone new. So we are at the beginning of fabrication for this piece. It's the long-awaited mural on Vickery Park Library Branch. We can refresh our memory with the next slide of what this looks like. So the artist has begun his final designs to submit to our team for approval. Next slide. There you go.
Okay, next slide.
Excel
Gemma?
Park. We are beginning the community engagement planning phase for this project. We just initiated it. We'll be working with the Parks Department to identify a site location. This one's going to be tricky because there seems to be multiple locations that could have really interesting visual points to encounter artwork at the park. If you recall, and I wish I would have taken pictures of this, but we do have already 2 pieces out there, 2 donations by Oldman, the Owls, Wise and Whimsy, installed there at their sculpture garden. They're very proud of it. This is also a very local community. I know that they take great pride in their park. And so we anticipate that they will be highly engaged during certainly during community engagement, and I'm anticipating throughout the project. So we are at the beginning stages of community engagement planning for Excel Park.
Thank you.
And there's also an additional piece at the corner, of by name, a man named Harmon. So they get 3 now, maybe 4 pieces.
Guy?
We're still trying to figure out how to get the poems into the ground, into the sidewalk. So prior to this meeting, we had a quick little call with planning and urban design, and we've been invited to come look at, sit with some meetings with them. They're doing some rezoning dialogue. And so we're going to, hopefully we can insert ourselves into this rezoning thing that they have a committee for, and hopefully we can start producing poems into the sidewalks. We did select an artist. We do need to meet with Inspire Art Dallas still for the honorariums for the 25 poems that were selected.
We're gonna get those poems.
You're correct. I will put it on my notes to myself right here and get that over to you. Sorry about that.
And
Yep.
we'll bring forward, when we have a location, we'll bring the poems forward for the PAC review. But we'll send
I'm
them,
just curious
yeah,
to know
we'll
who
send-
got selected.
we'll send them to you ahead of time.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have a chair's report? Yes, Krista.
Yes, I just, two things. Wanted to make sure that everybody saw the piece of art that was funded by the National Endowment for the Arts that is going at Fair Park for the, do we have a picture of it, Lynn, by any chance?
Yes, it's at the back.
Okay, it will be installed. Is it going to be installed in June?
Yes, June 4.
June 4th. So if you didn't know, the NEA funded 11 $30,000 grants in 11 different cities. They range in, they're different kinds of art. Some are sculptures and visual arts, some are performance arts, and this is what Dallas got. So if you didn't see this, here's the link to the newspaper article from the Dallas Morning News.
Yes.
So
Krista, do you have any background on it? I mean, I was curious to know how an artist got selected, and I was just a little concerned that there wasn't a Dallas artist to do something for Dallas, but you know,
Lynn, can
what do
we
you know
have-
about that?
I know nothing except what the press release put out. Can we forward the press release or that to the
I mean, I
committee?
saw the article on it. I'm
No,
just
no, no,
saying,
there's a press release too.
does it
think
give
it's-
any more information than the article did?
If I'm not no, but it lists the other 10 sites. If I'm not
No, no, I'm
mistaken.
saying,
Hold
I'm
on.
trying to get clarity around
hold-
how
hold-
the artist got selected. That's
It
what I
does
want
not
to-
talk about it at all, but it claims that they're all local artists that were commissioned. So I know nothing more than that. I was just given this information.
Because this guy is not from Dallas. He's from LA.
Yes,
That's not local.
I am aware of that. Not even the next time zone over, Vicky. So yes, I do not have any more information. I don't know if anybody any of the staff does.
So it was working with the local gallery Defy to work with them to use one of their stable of artists for this.
I know
Yeah.
all about
Okay.
that.
All
I'm
right, then,
saying,
yeah.
we know that's not local. Everybody in the gallery is not local. Why a local artist was not selected? It's just annoying, that's all. Have differ the whole world come to Dallas and not see a Dallas artist.
I
For
can
our
say
public
this
art-
why
for
it's
our
being
public-
recorded. I totally agree with you. And $30,000 is not a lot of money either. So there you go. I mean, it's nice, but so I know nothing more. I'm just reporting on this one. Sorry, Vicky. And then the next thing is, what's the next slide? Now we have
Upcoming
dates. Pardon?
Yes, upcoming meetings and events.
Yeah, thank you. So that, just so you know, that June 9th should be June 2nd, which is the first Tuesday of the month. And it's not the Tuesday after Labor Day. Labor Day is the full week before. So that should say June 2nd.
And we'll change this so you are all aware that our next meeting will be June 2.
Yes. And just so you know, September 1 is also not attached to Labor Day. It's actually the full week before Labor Day. It's the Tuesday before Labor Day the next week. So FYI, those are the dates.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is there, if there's nothing further?
I just have, thank
Lisa.
you, Pratine, for being there. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
If there's nothing further, we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Take care, everybody.